Hi, my name is Professor Devin Robinson. I'm the founder of Urban Business Institute and the program director for Power of Black and Power Move Online. And today I just want to talk to you about who Power of Black is for and why it was even started. So I'm a guy that grew up in a family. Both parents were workers, retired employees, and well, they're retired now. And they always taught us. I'm the youngest of four siblings. The importance of getting good grades, going to college, get a job. That's typically many of our families' dynamics. So I was actually in the military, served some years there, got out, went into corporate America, did some years there, and then eventually became a full-time entrepreneur. So let me just go back a little bit. When I was in the military, my very first uh, business was a vending company. So I had vending machines, and that was in 1996, and that was the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. From since then, I've had real estate business, entertainment businesses, publishing companies, retail stores, lots of stuff. So I'm saying that to kind of explain you the dynamics of who I am when it comes to creating Urban Business Institute that does consulting, training, and provide self-help information specifically for entrepreneurs, and why I got my actual school started. So when I became a full-time entrepreneur, actually this very same year as Mark Zuckerberg, I always talk to people in my training about that. It was a very difficult transition, but I didn't know. See, to the naked eye, you think, well, you know about business. I got degrees in business, and have three degrees in business. And you think that those things that you learn will help you transition into entrepreneurship. And it was a very, very difficult transition. I lost money. I had difficulties retaining employees and just making the right business decisions. Like, it's a whole different world when you're a full-time entrepreneur, especially I had a family, three kids. So I finally got my footing together. It took me some years, 7, 8 years or so, to really, really understand the essence of business. I didn't retreat. I had the resources to kind of float what I was doing, but I did lose a lot of money anyway. And I started writing books about business, and one of my books, Power Move, How to Transition from Employee to Employer. One of the best business books you'll find. It actually is kind of semi-autobiographical, and it talks about my journey and what I did and some of the steps that I made. I put resources in there specifically that you should use to help with your transition into business. And then my latest business book is Blackpreneurship: 50 Obstacles Black Entrepreneurs Face and How to Overcome Them. And this book speaks about 50 of the main obstacles one at a time, and then I go into how you can, overcome those obstacles. Anyway, so after that, I decided to start Urban Business Institute and Power of Black Business Incubation Program. So here's the thing about Power of Black Business Incubation Program, why I put it up against any business training organization, consulting firm, university, college, anything. It is the place that you want to go to get specific training on entrepreneurship, business ownership, and blackpreneurship. So the issues that come with being a minority, specifically black, trying to do business. Racism doesn't stop because business started, right? So that's a whole other piece that I go into and explain the essence of that. So when I started Power of Black, I wanted to, the reason I started it was to fix some of the issues that I saw that I felt was real obstacles in business ownership and entrepreneurship. So there are very specific things that we need, right? So we need higher sales, we need a quality good and service, we need consistent and committed employees, we need adequate funding. Like we need to learn better finance management, because if you're making a lot of money, what do you really do with it? We needed that. Better finance management comes with higher credit scores, all that stuff, right? So those were the things that really was like the crux of doing a business. So being successful at business, not just doing business. So I started this organization with many things that are included. So what do I have? I have 25 training modules that are live and online. So it's a weekly program. You come to class sometimes. Some of the modules are live, the ones that are very highly interactive. Then you have others that are online that you can take online in between time. So you may go a few weeks without coming to class, and it may have some weeks that you come to class maybe one, 2 or 3 times back to back. These modules are very specific. Many of them are specific to Black entrepreneurship. So like marketing a Black ran business, what do we do? Some of the issues that we have is when we have a business, we find a lot of entrepreneurs use white models or white images on their flyers and business cards to seem more professional and to get diverse money. Is that right? Is that the way to do it? We speak about that in the program. Also have handling discrimination in business. So what happens and what agency should you call? When should you write your congressman? When do you reach out to the media? When do you do press releases and the actual templates in order to do that? If you find those things are challenges, because we find those challenges where we don't get callbacks from commercial lease spaces, or we don't get the same fair treatment, maybe going to get loans, trying to get an event space. There are things that happen just specifically to Black entrepreneurs because of the assumption of what we will bring into the business place. And then we have the dynamics of entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? What is business ownership? What's the difference? So I go through all these different modules, which I think you should have had them if you didn't. The downloaded modules in your in our catalog that speaks about these different modules, so you can see that and what those things are. And then so you get these training things, right? And then when you reach about the 18th module, the 18th week, we go into the funding part. So we deal with your credit, and we have credit enhancement classes. But in addition to, we have companies that we work with that are very effective that get your credit scores raised to a level that you can get funding if you need funding based on your credit. We have a network as well. So as part of Urban Business Institute training, we deal with the credit. And of course, we have another company, our sister company called Urban Business Lending Group. Urban Business Lending Group provides the funding for our entrepreneurs. So once you go through the program, go through the training, you get the funding and you graduate. Think about that. So you can go to college and universities and you can swear by them, but you're just getting theory, and then they throw you out to go find yourself an internship, and hopefully you get a job. They don't really check to see how effective their training was, which we also do. As another piece of our program, we have an actual business that's open to the public, a live business that our entrepreneurs go to work in, and we observe them, the professors and the instructors. We have other instructors that teach in the program as well. Some of students that actually graduated and became instructors as well. So it's a massive program that we have put together, and that's going to continue to grow because my vision is to ensure that Black entrepreneurs have equal opportunity, equal footing, adequate capital, the funding, the marketing, the whole nine, where we're no longer seen as a business that go support your own. No, it's seen as just a business. When we go to pump gas at the gas station, we don't say, I'm supporting BP or I'm supporting Exxon. We just do business. We go to Target, we go to Bed Bath & Beyond, we go to Whole Foods and Starbucks. We just look at them as businesses, but when it comes to us, the Black entrepreneur is looked at as a business that you're just supposed to support. Anyway, so we're supposed to have equal options in the minds of consumers. So anyway, going back to the funding piece, we deal with the funding, we get you the funding. You go to the actual business, we observe you in the business to make sure that the things that we taught you, you're operating on an executive level, because you got people out there who manage businesses, you got people who are managers in businesses, but they're not executive level thinking. So we teach you how to become an executive who can see the big picture, who understands the connection between certain expenses, certain investments, how to hire people, how much to pay them, how to lead them, how to retain them, how to market your business, the different platforms you should use, how you should use social media, how do you gain access to traditional media, how do you create a cult following for a product. It should be of quality goods or service, but how do you get a cult following for it? All these different things we position you to become executive thinking. And that's me, of course. I own 11 businesses now, and I'll simply tell you, I run multi-million-dollar businesses. It is not something that I love to share so much. I kind of like to operate a little more with some humility and knowing that I'm just blessed by God and function that way. But I know a lot of times people are trying to identify when you're making your decisions, who should I learn from or what should I attend as I'm trying to transition into business. I wish I had something like this when I left corporate America. It would have been a lot easier for me. And then you're trying to determine who are the people or who designed the program that's standing in front of you. I'm not widely famous, like say Steve Harvey or Damon John or Michael Jordan or whatever, but the people that know me and the people that train under me know me. And we've created multiple millionaires throughout our program. Once you follow the training, learn the stuff, you're really going to get to the next level. So this is how the program works. At 25 weeks, you get the credit enhancement, you get the funding, you train in an actual lab. We have some group projects that we do in the program where we go out and donate funds to some of our Black monuments like the Malcolm X Center, Blacks in Wax Museum, Black Wall Street, the Rosewood Massacre Memorial, these different monuments that are not adequately funded or adequately known. We have projects where we pull together with them. And then, of course, you get access to our incubation where we will go out and start your business for you. So if you're looking to get into the brick and mortar space especially, we have a project management team in our organization that you can then go to and they can get you set up, whether your office space, your retail space, your industrial space, handle the lease negotiation, find the locations for you. This all happens because you're part of the program. And finally, we have a membership organization that's private and it's elite, it's exclusive, where you just can't get access to it for entrepreneurs that we hold like private gatherings, private meeting, and I pull in a lot of the powerful entrepreneurs in my circle, colleagues that come in, and you have intimate access to them. You get to network with them. You get to see if there are opportunities to work with them, that kind of stuff. And that's a private organization secret that we pretty much don't publicize. So this is the power of Black program, and that's how it works. You really want to be enrolling in that. The books that I showed you earlier, those are free with the program. There are different ways you can enroll. Obviously, you can get in for free. We have our funding network that would not get in for free, but get in with no upfront costs. If you're approved through the funding network, you can use that funding for your tuition in the beginning. If not, you can pay up front and get a 40% discount. There are ways for you to, however you want to register. As a matter of fact, if you want to participate or see a complimentary training just to get an idea of what takes place in the program, send an email to private link at ub, as in boy, institute.com. That's private link at ubinstitute.com. It should have came up on the screen right there. And once you send an email there, it'll send you a link to one of our private modules where you can see how the training is and that kind of stuff, and see if you can connect, see if you can, if it can apply to you or be effective to your style of learning. We're based in Atlanta right now. We do training different places, so we've had classes in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, St. Louis, Missouri. We've had classes in the Caribbean. We worked with the Obama administration where they hired us to take this program to disaster areas. It's a very, very potent program. And again, if you look at it, we're a hybrid between a lending organization, Ivy League school, consulting organization that's specific to Black entrepreneurs, and an incubation center where we actually go out with the team and put the businesses together for you. It's unmatched. There's nothing else out there like it. They could probably get copycats that say they do it, but just take a look at the founders to see who the people are, and if they actually identify with you as someone who is probably thinking about quitting a job and how scary that is and how the transition can be tricky and you probably can mess up your lifestyle or lose house and home. I go into that training to teach you how to properly transition. We have our training in Atlanta. People travel from all over the country. We get people come from as far as California, as far north as Iowa, Ohio, New York. They fly in for the sessions that we have live, go back, do the ones online. we have 4 semesters right now per year, and you can register for any of those. Our classroom is a pretty intimate size, so the seats run out very quickly every semester. And at the end of the semester is what happens. I'm sorry, not at the end of the semester, but once a year we have a commencement exercise where we bring everyone from our programs together, and we actually have a commencement exercise, full regalia, graduation type thing. You get to meet other entrepreneurs here in Atlanta, and it's just a real movement that we're on to take our communities back and really arm entrepreneurs with real tools, from the books, the case studies, the workshops, the worksheets, all these different things that we put together. It is unmatched, man. No one can touch this program with a 10-foot pole. So while you're on the outside looking at it and you're trying to determine who you should get training from or try to compare it to other stuff, this is not something like, going to a local workshop put on by the SBA or what. It's totally different. It's a lot of real life training that actually transcends into your real life in your business. Like, we actually do stuff for real, and it's not just a bunch of PowerPoint and slides and lectures. Like, you really want to participate in that. So 25 modules, that's what it's about. We also have the Power Move Online program, where it's fully online, and you don't come to class whatsoever. You still get the credit enhancement help if that's needed, and you also get access to the funding. So that program you can also register for as well. So hopefully I did a good job explaining to you maybe a little bit of who I am. I know I didn't go into a whole lot of details about my failures and my bumps and bruises and all that stuff, because I had them in order for me to get to the point where we're generating multiple millions per year in our businesses. And my businesses stretch from retail right now, obviously finance. There's a lot of different industries that I'm in, and businesses that are not just locally, they're all around. So hopefully all of this said just helped you, and hopefully you connected with it to the degree where you're ready to register. So again, like I said, we have limited students every year. I don't know how to show you stuff without coming across salesy, I guess, because I'm not trying to be salesy, but I am trying to be clear and effective for you to get a good gist of what we do in our program so you can register. So again, my name is Professor Devin Robinson, the founder of Urban Business Institute and the program director of the Ownership Academy, ran by Urban Business Institute, and the curriculum developer for Power of Black Business Incubation program, and Power Move Online entrepreneurship program. So hopefully you got it, and I'm not going to hold you up any more longer. You can probably talk to one of our consultants. You can call 770-850-9949. Don't avoid that phone call if you see it calling in. I know we tend to ignore strange numbers, but that's us calling to shift your future and help you build your legacy. Again, that's 770-850-9949. And I'm going to leave you with this. They didn't invent you, so they shouldn't prevent you. See you in class.